what she said. She's magical, mystical, a powerful wonder girl.
Welcome back. I'm Kate Wheeler, and joining us now on What She Said is the Travel Promotions Officer for Ontario Tourism, Kevin Forget, who's here to tell us about all the cool things to do in Ontario this winter. And with March break right around the corner, we are very glad you're here. Welcome to the show, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell us about your role at Ontario Tourism, because I know your handle is Ontario Kevin. That's pretty big.
Yes,
big
it's
boots.
very official. My role really, and the safe way to say it is, my job is to kind of tell you all the cool things to see and do across the province. So all 4 seasons, and to really go around the province, work with, media across the province, but also just social media wise, and go out to experience the different things that people can see and do, no matter what the skill ability is or what you want to see or do. I kind of go out and experience it and then tell you about it.
So it's not necessarily a government-sponsored place or event. It's all kinds of things?
No, so I work for the Ontario government, but the nice part about being a government employee is I have to highlight everybody. So I'm not tied to a specific resort. I'm not tied to anyone in particular. So that's the cool part, is that I get to kind of experience a little bit of everything.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you're going to be stumped by this, but March break's coming up. Mm-hmm. Is this winter? I mean, it's more like April now.
It's winter.
I got my rubber boots on.
I know.
I mean, what are you recommending people do?
With the warm weather, some things are going to be affected. So things like some cross-country skiing resorts and some snowshoeing is going to be affected. But ski hills, so skiing and snowboarding, there is huge bases out there because we got a ton of snow when the season started. And when we had cold temperatures, they made a lot of snow. So a lot of the resorts, no matter where you're visiting across Ontario, have at least an 80-centimeter base. So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So conditions may be a little sloppy, maybe a little slushy, but the snow's not going anywhere on the hills. So for March break, or even this weekend or any other weekend, if you want to go out and enjoy the slopes, you can do that. And what we really want to encourage people to do is try it. If you've never skied or snowboarded before, don't be discouraged. Have you done it? Ladies, have you done it?
Yes.
Yes.
I've skied, yes.
Yes.
I have not snowboarded.
I have not snowboarded.
No.
My sense of balance is
I'd have to have a pillow strapped there.
Yeah, I know.
For a long time.
I'm a skier. My kids are 10 and 8, and they're both snowboarders, and we had them start young. We had them on the snowboards when they were 3 and 4 years old.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I know all about that. I had one who broke his leg at 3 on the hill.
But if you get them started young,
They like it.
They like it, and it makes the winters go a lot faster. If you
Yes.
embrace the season and you find something that's going to entertain you during winter, it's going to make the seasons not so bad.
We moved down to Toronto recently, but we used to live in the little hamlet of Balsam, just near Claremont. So Skyloft was right behind
Yep.
us, and we used to take the kids night skiing and Dagmar, like all the ski hills up around.
And the nice
around
part
there,
about those
Lake Ridge.
resorts
Yeah.
is that they're the resorts where they're kind of the feeder resorts, where, a lot of people think, oh, Blue Mountain and the big hills. Don't think that all the resorts have the massive hills. A lot of them have some great hills, but they're hills to kind of get you introduced. They have the boards to rent. They have the skis to rent. They have all the stuff there to introduce people to the sport of skiing and snowboarding.
It's also great family entertainment, smaller resorts, because you can see your children. People sort of behave like a family. They watch out for other people's children. You're not kind of worried about 6 hills over. Where are my children, right? Or what gully are they in? I mean, taking them to Whistler they've got to be mature.
Exactly. And I love that you said that, because I say that all the time. My kids both play rep hockey. So when we're in the stands, they're on the ice. We don't do stuff together. So skiing is one thing that we can all do as a family. My wife and I both ski, both boys snowboard. So when we're on the lift, the kids are forced to talk to us.
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying.
Trap your children.
Nothing wrong with that.
And you're still buying lunch.
Exactly.
And they're starving.
But they want to hang out with us because
Yeah.
we're going down the hills with them too.
What about other things? Ice fishing, I think, would be dicey right now. I've done that. And that's kind of fun.
It's a lot of
fun.
fun.
To do it once.
The huts are warm.
The huts are warm, and it's very social. But I think now it's kind of dicey.
Well, the conditions are slushy.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of ice out there on Lake Simcoe.
Not enough for me to take a shot.
I would agree.
Safety-wise.
Safety-wise, OPP are going to start cautioning people
So
to do
what
that.
else?
The one question I get this winter more than anything is the popularity of skate trails. So, they just
Skate
opened
trails.
trails. The Bentway under the Gardner just
Right.
opened up. But skate trails have really blown up over the last couple of years because
Where are they?
The big one was Arrowhead Provincial Park. So that was kind of the first one in Huntsville where they opened it up and literally they had to turn people away because so many people came from Toronto, from all over. And they're like a 1.3 kilometer trail through the forest. So as soon as people saw that was the thing to do, there's a brand new one now at Blue Mountain Resort in Collingwood at the top of the mountain. So while you're skating, you're overlooking Collingwood. We've got them at Fern Resort. We've got them at Deerhurst Resort. And one that I really love too is in Bala at the Cranberry Marsh. So we all know Bala as,
Yeah.
cranberry
Cranberry
capital.
capital.
And you can go there and see the harvest of the cranberries and stand in the bog with the cranberries at your waist.
I've done that.
Yeah, me too. But in the wintertime, they've now opened a skate trail. And so you can skate around the bogs.
Oh, cool.
Sit by the fire, have some cranberry wine after.
Yeah.
And the nice part is a lot of the skate trails have certain nights where they line it with tiki torches. So at nighttime, they're lined by tiki torches. What more says romantic than skating but tiki torches?
So, Kevin, all these areas that have it, and of course, Rideau Canal
Yep,
is a.
that's the
I've
big one.
never
That's the big
done
one.
that. I was just going to
I'd
say
like
that
to-
the one thing I have never done is skate down the Rideau Canal.
But are there places to stay around there? People could make a weekend out of it?
For sure. A lot of them have resorts around them, and they're different types of resorts. So you're going to get the more high-end resorts, and you're going to get the more family resorts. And one thing that we have on our website, if you go to ontariotravel.net, we have a trip planner tool. So you get to choose your adventure. So on there, you can pick, what you want to do. If you want to go skating, if you want to go skiing, if you whatever, and it will give suggested driving routes. It will give suggested places for accommodations. It will give suggestions on what you want to do over 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. So there's definitely the accommodations there.
And we used to take our kids in the summer, mind you, to Fern.
Love Fern Resort.
And we're talking about like going back for a reunion with all the people that used to go, when the kids were little, because they had a great kids club. So it was like, bye kids.
But now they have the skating
They
trail.
have a skate. I was going to
So
say,
it's
where's
over
the
a
skating
kilometer.
trail?
So it's in the bush. It's clean with a Zamboni. So they actually have their own Zamboni. So normally the trail that you would walk in the summertime.
And the jogging trail, does it go around
all
the other?
through the bush,
Okay, I
and
know
then
exactly
plus
what it is.
where they clean off the ice there. You play some hockey, and I love, like you said with Fern, is the fact that you can your kids will be very busy.
Fern
and you can
rolls
have-
and honey, baby. Fern rolls. The bread rolls are amazing.
The bread rolls and the peanut butter pie. If you've never had the peanut butter pie at Fern Resort, hands down, pretty darn good.
It's
So
pretty
I'm
good.
noticing that everything you're talking about is outside.
Well, Christine, I have to say, with winter,
Yes.
we talk about the skiing and the snowboarding and the skating, but when I mentioned about the wine by the fire,
Yeah,
après ski,
Yeah.
the après ski is even bigger because maybe we would go skiing and then you would want to take a bit of a break. Go to these resorts. At the bottom of them, they have the wine, they have the spas, they have all
the
the
spas.
stuff. You can look like you hit the hills, dress the part, but then just go hang out in the chalet. But there's also, we could touch on the spa part. There are pretty spectacular spas. We know Scandinav Spa in Collingwood, very popular, busy place, but they've also just opened up one just about 2 years ago in the village at Blue Mountain called the Ewa Spa. And I don't know what the technical term is, but you lay on these volcanic rocks and it pulls all the negative energy out of your body. You lay there and literally your job is to lay there and relax and do nothing.
Hire me.
I think, Kevin, you should arrange for us to go and do a live show there.
I think that's a really good
Right
idea.
on top of the volcanic rock.
I agree.
Where can people follow you online? Where they can get information at ontariotravel.net.
Yeah, so our
right?
website has everything, all 4 seasons, lots of great ideas. And then on Twitter and Instagram, my handle is at Ontario Kevin. Follow along on the adventures.
And we will not forget you, Mr. Forget. Thank you so much for coming in and telling us. And I think we've got our March break lined up. Do we get March break if we don't have kids in school?
Of course.
I'm not sure that we
No, I'll sign the permission form for you.
Permission form for us. Okay.
This is What She Said, and we will be right back here at 105.9 The Region.
What she said.